Hi, in this video I want to present my list of the best mountains to climb in one day in Italian Alps. Um, I like to do such one day tours simply because I don't sleep well in mountain huts, although I really like mountain huts. So what I do, I usually use high passes where I can get by car and then continue to the summit. So in all these cases, you have a good access by car to relatively high elevation, and then you can continue and do one day climb. So I would say that this list is ordered more or less by difficulty from easier to harder. The first in the list is Montebreva or Pisla Stretta. This is the mountain on the border between Italy and Switzerland in the Livigno area. And this is the summit. So you see how it's simply incredibly beautiful. I like such summits. The the tour is just walk up. You don't need any equipment, and the good thing is that you can start from Forcola Pass, and you can do this in one day easily. The mountain is over 3,100 meters high. One attraction here is Lago del Monte, which is a very high elevation, and there is a refuge at the lake. So you can stay the night if you wish. It's always open, there is no guardian. The next in the list is Izze di Montagu, or Montage. The Montage is a Slovenian name, but the mountain is actually in the Italian Alps. And here too you have high access by car. It's somewhere in this area, and then you go to the summit, which is here. There are several attractions. There is a Bivacco Soringar, which is very basic. It is on the route, in one of the routes, and there is also a very 60 meters long Pipan ladder, which is a steel construction somewhere, I think, in this area. Of course, you can do this as a 2-day tour. You can stay in the Refugio Brazza, which is somewhere here, or you can stay the night in the Bivacco Suringar, which is basic. You have then to carry everything with you. Next in the list is Grampilastro or Hochfeiler. This mountain is on the border between Italy and Austria. So I climbed it from the Italian side, and in this case you don't have any glaciers, so it's just a walk up all the time. But this is a high mountain, and here too you have relatively high car access to this elevation, and you can leave it there and then do the tour in one day. But there is a hut on the route. You can stay there and do this as a 2-day tour if you wish. Next is Montevideos. So this is a very high mountain, but you can still climb it easily in one day. But if you don't want to do this, you have this Refugio Mantua hut, which is exactly under the summit, which is here. So there is no water on the way up, but you can have everything in the hut. Marmalade. This is next mountain in the list. I did it 12 years ago, and I followed the glacier route which goes somewhere here, and then you go this and then to the summit. My understanding is that most people actually go do ferrata, which is somewhere in this direction, and then to the summit. I didn't do this simply because I didn't know how to find it, and I took the glacier route. At that time there was a hut to the left here in the picture, but I have learned from somebody that it was destroyed in an avalanche. So my understanding is that there is no hut now, but there is a hut exactly on the summit, just to know. Very simple hut, but you can stay there as far as I know. Next in the list is Tresaro, Piso Tresaro, which is close to Gavia Pass. And at the pass there is a Berni hut, so when you arrive you can stay there if you wish, but you can climb it in one day. This is how I did it. There is a refuge, and I think it is here, so you can do this as a 2-day tour. And there is also a glacier. In this picture it doesn't look so big, serious, but there are crevasses. The route goes roughly this way and then to the summit. This is a high mountain, of course, so it's best to go with somebody, but it is doable solo. This is how I did it. Chima di Piazzi is between Borbio and Livigno, high mountain, and it was quite tough for me. There were several reasons. I made many mistakes, missed valleys, first missed parking, then missed the valley, and then I didn't actually bring equipment which was necessary for such a tour. So I made all possible mistakes that I describe in the text. But I was on the summit. All the time this is just a simple walk up, but somewhere in the middle there is a section where it's necessary to have a helmet if you have people above you, because rocks are falling and you can find yourself in danger. And here under the summit there is a short passage with chains. I can tell you it's not so trivial. I have seen one person in a group who gave up and didn't want to go to the summit. I guess it looked too difficult for him. And this ridge, I think, is always under the snow. On the other side of this ridge, there is another approach, which is a glacier tour. So the tour that I followed is free of snow, at least in the bigger part of it. So this was my list. There is a link below the video, and please follow it. And all these mountains I have described in my separate detailed text. So this is all my first-hand experience, and if you have questions, please let me know. I hope I shall be able to reply. Thank you for watching.